Update: my 32 partner 47 became really pushy about sex after hearing about my past. Is there any healthy way of making this relationship work? Original post here link. Too long didn't read. My 32 male partner 47 male became very pushy sexually after hearing about some sketchy past experiences I had. He said this was because he realized he had a kink. And he continued being pushy even though I told him I was uncomfortable. Update: I broke up with him. Thank you so much to the people who responded. I was really messed up about the whole thing, and I was massively second guessing myself. So the advice really helped a lot. I thought I would post an update in case anyone has any advice on how to deal with the aftermath. I'm a bit of a mess. I broke up with N last night. It went okay, I guess. Like, he didn't get angry or confrontational and he did seem to listen to what I was saying. It was hard though. He was really upset and apologetic and said a lot of stuff I would have loved to have heard in the past few months of the relationship. It would have been so easy to believe him. But the fact is he wasn't bothered at all until I said I wanted to leave. He is saying he'll respect my decision, but has sent a fair few texts since talking about how much he hates himself. Things he wishes he did differently. Using a lot of pet names. I told him I needed some space, but if he doesn't listen I might need to block him. I'm a bit of a wreck and my mental health feels like it's taken a massive backslide over the past few months. I've lost a lot of weight. I've been drinking more. I'm jumpy as heck. I'm having horrible nightmares every night. I'm trying very hard to avoid dealing with this breakup in a destructive way, but it's difficult because I have a lot of shitty feelings that I have no idea what to do with. So any advice about healthy ways of dealing with a breakup would be helpful. Thank you. Remember, this guy didn't give a shit about your comfort levels the multiple times you asked him to as per your last post. I told him many times that I was uncomfortable but nothing changed. He only cares now that he's impacted. He was really upset and apologetic and said a lot of stuff I would have loved to have heard in the past few months of the relationship. Has sent a fair few texts since talking about how much he hates himself. Things he wishes he did differently. Using a lot of pet names. Manipulation. It's all manipulation to get you to give him another shot. Need I say it again? He didn't care about being kind to you when you needed it. He's simply pulling on your heartstrings now because he knows you'll respond to it. And duck this guy for using your descriptions of abuse as fodder for his fantasies. That's so ducking repulsive and heartless. Just go ahead and block him right now. He's no good for you, and he doesn't deserve any more chances. I know you're right. I think it'll be a lot easier for me to see it clearly when I've had a bit of space. I've been so confused and freaked out and panicky. It's been hard to look at the situation objectively, but hopefully that will get easier. My ex was very similar to yours, but he didn't take the breakup. Well, instead he called me names until he realized I was serious, and then he tried apologizing. After neither of those reactions worked on his end, he then became manipulative. Needless to say, I blocked him. I suggest you should do the same. I had such bad anxiety surrounding our relationship. I didn't want the potential of them reaching out anymore. My ex created multiple accounts just to try and apologize. Block then on everything. Your mental health and sanity matter and are important. At first, when I broke up with my ex, I was very wishy-washy and thought of going back. I reminded myself he disrespected my boundaries multiple times without any care but himself. It's not necessarily healthy, but I essentially made myself get mad about his actions. Compared to being nervous, write affirmations. I'm not stupid, I did the right thing, my opinions and decisions are valid. Having seen both your previous posts, I'm so glad you ended things. This is going to be tough, but your mental health will improve the further you get from this relationship. Do you have a therapist? I don't. I have a psych nurse who I see every 2 weeks and a psychiatrist I see once a month. But that's not therapy really. Just checking in about meds and making sure I'm eating, not harming myself, etc. The psych nurse was concerned last time I saw him, so it would probably be helpful to open up a bit more next appointment. Therapy can be tricky to access in the UK unless you can afford private treatment. I think there's free counseling at my uni though, which I can look into. And I have workbooks and stuff from when I've had therapy in the past which I can look at. Do not, under any circumstances, go back to this man. He's performing contrition right now. What's the point of telling you that he feels bad over and over? It doesn't help you. Wishing he did things differently won't change what he did when he had the chance to actually do those things he chose not to. This whole thing's designed to stop you from shaking him off and moving on easily. The pet names, the remember the good times, the massive show of self-loathing. Tell me I'm not a bad person. Never mind you. Never mind what I put you through. The important thing is how very sorry I am. Even now he's trying to shoot his shot, lure you back. He won't change. You know this. Because the way he's acting right now is a continuation of the same behavior that you have told him is unacceptable. The fact that he still is not respecting you after the breakup by trying to emotionally manipulate you into coming back means you did the right thing. Now, I'm going to tell you something that is hard to hear and harder to do. You have to give yourself a break. You have to stop beating yourself up for not dealing with this well enough or healthily enough. Breakups are hard. Grief is hard. Do your best and exercise self-compassion. Do yourself a favor and go ahead and block him. He doesn't need more chances and you don't need the will he. Won't he text hanging over your head? If you have a support network, let them know you need them right now. Go spend time with friends, family, or have them come over. Ask someone to check in on you once a day or once a week. Go see a movie or Netflix binge your favorite sitcom. Make yourself eat at least once a day, even if you really don't want to, especially if you don't want to. Cleanse your apartment house in whatever way helps you bring closure. Maybe that's throwing away something he gave you, or maybe it's buying a new lamp or redoing your closet or burning sage. Just something to refresh your physical environment and breathe new life into it. If you're into yoga or running or some kind of physical activity, do that too. Find some productive way to occupy your time. Whether that's some kind of hobby or paid volunteer work. Allow yourself to experience negative emotions and actually process them. Numbing with alcohol and suppressing the emotions makes the pain take longer to heal. If your drinking is dangerous, pour out the liquor and get professional help for sobriety. If your drinking is just a result of not knowing what to do with your pain, don't buy any more until you're feeling stable again. Consider giving it away to someone else or rationing out how much you're allowed to have at once, like being on a diet, but for drinks instead of food. If you are having trouble sticking to your plan, pour it down the drain. It's not worth feeling sick all the time. Alcohol is a depressant, so it's actually making you feel worse, not better. Remember that grief is healthy and normal. You're allowed to be sad, to feel pain, to be hurt, even to be angry and resentful that he is only now pretending to be the person you deserved from the start. Don't put a time frame on it where you have to be over it 100% by X date. Everyone's wounds heal at different rates. Revisit this in 3 months, then in 6 months. If you are not feeling better at all, notice I said at all, not that you are completely over it. Consider getting a therapist to help you work through it. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing for more videos.